Great day, everybody. Welcome. This is your youbfit tip for today. Today's youbfit tip is accountability or accountability buddy. Accountability, that's the key for today, because with accountability, everything gets achieved. If you're not accountable to you, or you're not accountable to somebody else, you have a tendency to not do anything. You drift. It's huge. If you're not accountable to yourself, you're not accountable to someone else, you have a tendency to drift. Because it's easier not to do anything and just hide somewhere and just let day by day pass by. But when you make yourself accountable and you make yourself accountable to somebody else, now you're holding yourself to a higher standard. You have to achieve certain things that maybe you didn't want to do. Maybe it's pushing you outside of your comfort zone. Maybe it's requiring you to do changes that, hey, it's not really what you want to do. But in order for you to achieve more, you're going to have to do more. And you can't do it by yourself. Nobody can. I can't. I'm accountable to somebody. You have to be accountable to somebody. You have to be accountable to somebody. Look, I'm accountable to a calendar because I write down everything, and I was going to say to myself, these are the objectives that I'm looking to do today, and here are the objectives I have for tomorrow, and these are the things that I will do. Do I always end up accomplishing everything that I want to do? Absolutely not. We're all human. Things happen. Tragedies happen. Life is never going to be smooth. If you think it is, you're on the wrong planet. Because everybody knows life is never smooth. There's days, man, it's phenomenal. There's days it's like, man, I could use it. I could deal with a do-over. There's other days you say, man, today sucks. But either way you slice it or dice it, you have to make yourself accountable. You have to set some things in place to make those gears go. In order for you to move forward, you got to move you. That's it. Being accountable is the most important thing you can do. If you don't, you just drift. You drift through life. You'll be doing something today and you say, you know what? These are the things I wanted to do. Wanted, remember the key word? You wanted to do. And all of a sudden, the end of the day, you look back, you say, man, I didn't do anything. Because you didn't put anything together. You just said it sounded good. But you allowed every other variable and distraction and person and things, and you didn't commit yourself to anything. So guess what? Life is going to control your destination instead of you controlling it. So the first thing you want to do is you make yourself accountable. Make yourself accountable to someone. Make yourself accountable to something. And the first thing you do is you identify what is it you want to do today. You write it down. If you've got 3 things you want to do today, you figure out which one is the priority. Number 1, I'm going to do this to completion. It's done. Number 2, that's when you start number 2 and you complete it. Number 3, and you complete it. You might not finish 2 and 3, but guess what? You feel great because you knocked out number 1. That was your objective, right? You push it over to the next day and you start all over again. But guess what? You had a destination. You had a goal. You had something that you wanted to achieve. Whether you wrote it down, whether you told somebody else, but you got to hold yourself accountable. So number 1, identify what it is you want. Number 2 is you write it down. Number 3 is you make yourself accountable. Number 4 is you continue to go until you achieve it. You make a mistake, you back up, you brush yourself off, and you try it again. If not, then you go mentor with somebody else that maybe have done it already, and then find out, hey, what did you do in order for that be accomplished? Because people don't look at it, people are looking at it the wrong way. People who are successful, they want you to ask them, hey, can you help me? People don't understand that. They look at it as, oh, well, that person's too busy. He's this, he's that. No, that person wants to help you. You know how many people say to themselves the exact same thing? Oh, that person's too busy. And then no one asks for their help. So they're walking around with all this knowledge and nobody asks for their help. I guarantee you, you ask a successful person to help you, they will go out of their way to serve you and help you. But most people are so fearful about asking someone successful to do something. Twist it around and say, you know what, I'm going to find me a successful person today and I'm going to ask them, how did you get to where you are and can you help me? That is a service to another person and that's what they want to accomplish. So being accountable to someone is key. Making things happen every single day requires you to move. And when you're accountable to somebody else, now you got 2 people together, or 3 people together, 4 people together, and all working in unison, not necessarily to the same goal, but the same destination. So we're helping each other out. That's why people go to the gym and they bring somebody else with them, because there might be a day that I don't want to work out. As a matter of fact, if I didn't know that my buddy will be there at 7:30 at the gym, I would have stayed in bed. And guess what? The other person, the exact same thing. There are going to be some days that person wants to stay in bed, but they know that their accountability buddy is there at 7:30 waiting on them. And if they don't show up, guess what? All hell breaks loose, because you're going to hear it the rest of the day. So make yourself accountable and do things that maybe you don't want to do. Make yourself uncomfortable, because every time you succeed, rising tides raise all ships. As you continue to succeed, everybody else around you, if you surround yourself and you're doing the right thing, rising tides raise all ships. So everybody succeeds. So you got to have a winning attitude. You got to make things happen. You got to be able to say, I'm ready to do this. Who's with me? If you don't have an accountability buddy, I will task you right now and say, then make me your accountability buddy. Send me a message and say, hey, look, I'm looking for some help. Can you help me? I want to do certain things. And if you place yourself accountable to somebody else, guess what? I'm going to extend my hand and I'm going to help you. But this is a two-way street, my friends, because I can give you 110%. But if you don't give me 110%, then we're both wasting our time. And that happens to do now. We're talking about integrity. And integrity you don't want to lose, because that's the most thing that you want to make sure you maintain. So be accountable. Find somebody to be accountable to. And if not, I task you to send me a message and let's be accountable together. Let's do this together. Let's help each other together, because a rising tide raises all ships. Have a great day, and you be fit.